We recently caught up with Sean Paul and he spoke about working with Chi Ching Ching as well as his relationship with his father who died a few years ago. Listen up.
Let me teach you how to rope. Let me teach you how to rope. Let me teach you how to rope. Tell him see the rope and I said that's dope.
I started to gear up more in 2015, put out a rhythm called Full Speed where Beanie and Bunty was on it, Conscience was on it, myself was on it, Mr. Vegas was on it. And then I took a little time to put out my next rhythm, which was Rope. Rope did very well for Ching. On that rhythm I only had 3 people on it, myself, Charlie Blacks and Ching. I really wanted to promote that rhythm a lot more than I did, but the whole health issue of my father happened and I kind of retreated and stayed in the hospital a lot. Ching was the one in the streets and pushing the juggling for me and really proved to me that, yo, this is something that I really am interested to do, because even though my song didn't break, I didn't really promote it. Ching went out there and did his thing, and I see him as, you know, someone who always has that energy to go back into the streets, no matter how much people kind of done with him or give up on him, and he always proves himself back to them. He's a trying kid.
The rope, Wall Street a rope and ain't no joke. Whole place a rope now. Swing your hand over your head, wall your hip now. Them a do it like say them hip now.
A very great and creative artist, so I decided that, you know what, let me try to put out an album for him. The next thing that I did was his album was called Turning Tables, which did very well for him. It didn't budge a lot of charts, but I was very proud of him in terms of a lot of people expected him to just do, you know, the dancing songs that he's been doing and maybe another food song. Like, you're going to make a song about chicken back, Ching. Like, people tease him a lot about that, but the simple fact is that it's stuff that's easy to remember, it's very funny. He's still signed to Unruly, but I have signed him to put out albums for him.
In a life, if you don't ever have a thought, for your brothers and sisters, you have no heart.
Yeah, I'm very family oriented. Even though I came from a broken family, my parents broke up, my father went to prison, I always maintained a link with every side of the family. I feel like I am the link with a lot of my family. You know, when you come from a broken home, sometimes people don't speak, or you know, my father had many siblings, and I'm the one that kind of reaches out to them and also stays in touch with my mom's family. With that being said, I kind of learned it from them, so even though they did split up, you know, there was something embedded or instilled in me from what especially my mom taught me and how she interacted with my pops, who was in my younger, early years, a tyrant is something that you could put to call it lightly then. You know, he was on drugs, cocaine to be exact, and was an alcoholic. He was someone who, you know, Christmas Day altercations with my mom, me and my brother running to defend her outside in the yard, that type of thing. Those things didn't happen often, didn't happen all the time, but there was times where it did turn into a monster.
Life is a gift, more time, and know it's hard. Just try keep it hard, them out the dark.
Because after he mellowed down, he went to prison, a lot happened to him, and he became actually a very good friend of my own in the long run. So family teaches you a lot about life. It teaches you to give and take. It teaches you, you know, discipline. It teaches your heart to love if you don't have any love in it. Like I never spoke of these things of my father and what happened in our family as a younger kid. I didn't speak of it before his passing because it kind of would bring up issues that, and like it would bring up a lot of conversations about that when he was not like that anymore. So I didn't want to do that, you know. He crashed a ganja plane in the Everglades. Scotland Yard came looking for him at a studio that I was at. and we was just chilling out in there. You know, that's the reason I didn't speak of his what can I say, carryings on or his behaviors at first, and I'm now speaking about it more now. You know, it's after the fact, and no one can come for him and lock him up again, and so I'm free to be able to talk about things like that.
True love never fail, love never fall. Real love conquers all.
On the flip side of this break, it's our flashback video, the music video premiere, and the Magnum Top 10 chart. We'll soon forward.
Ray and Never, feel we culture, yo!
New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you're living, yeah.
Share it!
I make we all a one par, you don't know we come from far.
From far, anytime we red, feel we country. Rear rum, it have to come with we.
No matter with the bad vibes.
Poor rear rum, a celebration time.
I feel the culture. Make we show ya. Jamaica the culture.
Ray and Nephew overproof, and we just a do it to the culture.
Drink responsibly.